Should be starting.
Esto es cultura, papá, y ya tú sabes la que hay. Esto es cultura, papá, y ya tú sabes la que hay.
Ya tú sabes, mi gente, que estamos en Cultura Pop con los Latin Legion, presentado por Pepsi Cola.
He has to do that every episode. It's always. If they
No
ever
cola
decide to
champagne?
sponsor us.
Yeah,
No
presentado por Cola
champán,
Champán y alcapurrias y rellenos al lado de la calle.
Oh, hey, he's making me hungry again.
Well, the intro
know,
music
right?
had my heart pumping. I was like, "Whoa, hold on."
Hey, that's my boy, bro. That's it.
I was dancing, man. I was like,
produced by him. What
Yo,
up,
what up,
TG?
TG?
It's
¿Cómo
good
están,
sexy
mi
time
man?
music. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, la ponemos a culiar.
Nah, we like it. We like it. But welcome, folks. If you guys are tuning in, these are just 3 of the 4 Latin Legions. One of the other gentlemen happened to be indisposed. He's at a birthday party, so we will be like flaming him here. No, I'm kidding. We're not going to flame him. But no, he is always welcome back whenever we have you guys back, or he wants to come on individually. We will gladly work with them to have him come back. But
All right.
before we get into things, introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit before we get into the actual meat and potatoes of what it is. So one by one, please. Floor is
20 on start.
You know, okay. I'm Tony Toy. I'm one of the hosts of Latin Genius Action Figure Podcast, live on Sundays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. I've been on Instagram since 2020 and started this show with 2 out of the 3 of these guys, I think in, 2024, Matt? Most likely. Okay.
23.
23? All right.
Sure.
20.
Avid toy collector, Cultura pop collector,
Yeah. Well played, sir.
aficionado of the Spanglish realm of conversation. So this is I'm so happy to be on the show because
You got to clip that when he said Cultura Pop. We got to clip that.
Mhm.
and I don't know. I guess we'll lead in more in regards to about us as we continue the show.
All right.
All right.
Al, tell us about yourself.
Oh, like I
Oh.
love Matt.
Oh, hey.
Go
My name,
ahead, Al.
Al, talk about
My-
himself because Al loves talking about.
my name's Alberto Magana, and I'm just a toy collector. I like Cultura Pop. And
Short.
I'm a co-host of the Latin Legions, and we just
He's also pressman.
we talk nerdy, random stuff, and I'm just here to have fun. Can't wait. Thank you guys.
I'm Matt.
Matt,
Collectible
tell us
Fun
about yourself.
at Instagram. I'm a Collectible Fun on Instagram. I play with toys and take pics. Some people call it toy photography. I would not give myself that high in esteem. I do a show with these guys on Sundays, not because I care to be a YouTube personality, but because I like hanging out and talking trash and busting balls and playing games and hanging out with these guys. So
He does.
I
He's
just
an
And
awesome-
he's our
I like
resident
having a
no
good time.
FOMO.
I collect toys. I do customizing and photography, and I love me. And when it comes to I'm not going to try to say it because I'm going to out myself. But when it comes to pop culture, I love me some TVs and some movies, and I know like my cousin's favorite thing is to be like, "Who's that guy in that movie?" And I'll be like, "Oh, this person," and she'll be like, "Yeah, is that a good movie?" I'm like, I don't know, I've never seen it. I just know movies and TV, and that's kind of my. I'm not reading comics, I'm that reading makes me sleepy. But
actually
if it's
read
on the
some comics.
screen,
I
I'll
had
watch
to-
it all day long.
I also had a show with
There
my
you go.
homie who's recently passed away.
No, sorry for your loss, man.
Thanks, man. Rest in peace, Cobra Dad. We had a show on Instagram as well, The Weekly Habit. God rest your show, brother. Miss
Yep.
you a lot. So anytime I get a little opportunity to shout him out, I'll do that. But Matt also is our resident no FOMO. This guy doesn't have to get all the popular toys. He gets what he wants, cherry picks what he likes, and that's what we respect about him.
The smart way to go.
Finally, yeah, I think it took me.
Just ask my wife. I am not a completionist.
Yeah, same.
It took me 3 years. It took me 3 years after, like the last 3 years, I would say consecutively, to finally get to that no FOMO, and I'm glad about it because now I have space for all the shit I like. So,
your audio cut down a little bit.
Okay, I apologize. But yeah, I'm with that no FOMO. So let's actually bring up a little bit of the. Can you bring up the cheat sheet for me, please?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you guys know you guys know I love to do a cheat sheet, but this cheat sheet is just 3 questions that I wanted to kind of broach to our friends here because everybody knows that collecting toys was what we all brought us to the table, right? But at the end of the day, it is the love for friendship and brotherhood, which is the common thing I kept hearing. I know I said the bad word, brotherhood.
That's only bad for the weirdos.
I know for the bad ones, but for us, it's actually, you know, I love hearing it and saying it because I love seeing it. And these guys welcome me with open arms, and I have been friends with them since. And you know, I just wanted to bring them on with us because they represent a lot of what we love about Cultura Pop, and they live this with their show. So I'm going to move it to the first slide here. And these questions, you guys can take your time. It's going to be each one of you. I want to kind of hear a little bit about you guys. And this question...
The fuck is that?
I know. I had to make these pictures.
That's a Toys R Us kid right there. He never wants to grow up.
I know.
He breaks that hip. Break that hip, homie.
I know. He's gonna, boy, hey, Mita, he's gonna break his hip just like me.
And the kid is just watching. He's like, "What? I'm waiting for my turn." Like,
totally 2026. Yep. Without a phone. If the kid had a phone.
What's worse is the picture that he was photoshopped out of. You should have seen what he was doing there.
Oh God. Oh Lord. I don't want to know, but I do want to know. But so, how did I find that? Oh, Oz, listen, I was scrolling your Facebook.
Hey, what's up, Oz?
And I found it on Facebook. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Facebook is where all the dirty secrets are.
It's where you keep all the little tidbits, right?
I might wear those pants, but he don't look that up.
Nah. But so this question goes out because it's something that I think everybody lives by, and we all have one. And it was something they asked me on the Financial Mistakes podcast with TG and Ty, and I wanted to ask it to you guys. What was one of the first memories you had that brought you into this world of collecting? So each one of you guys can share like that initial memory, whether it's now, whether it's when you were a little kid, whether you were a teenager, just if you guys can share and kind of reflect on what that is and share that with the class. Don't make me call on somebody.
Well, I mean, I'll go first. I'll
go last.
I'm thinking, because I've never really given it that much thought. I've always kind of been a collector of things. But I'm thinking if you wanted to trace it back to something, and I'm going to say like McDonald's Happy Meal toys. You know what I mean? That was like, you got toys and stuff for your birthdays and whatnot, but like, in the idea of like collecting of like, oh, I've got to go, like, I got the fry guy. Now I need to go and I need to get the hamburger guy. And now I need to go, and then maybe after that would be like baseball cards, in terms of collecting. But yeah, I'm thinking if I had to pinpoint it, I'm thinking it's going to be like McDonald's Happy Meal toys. It's probably what really got me into the idea of collecting.
Later, I got the whole collection.
Remember, I used to get the
this is body by. I've been saying
body by McDonald's.
body by burger right here, baby.
By Mickey D's.
Oh boy, we have to get them as a sponsor with Pepsi and Coke.
This is my mixed
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Un cuerpo de McDonald's.
But yeah, so that's my answer.
You like my 6 nugget pack?
No, you got a 10-pack of nuggets.
Hey, they got them on sale now.
I'm rocking the
Oh,
whole
geez.
chicken before it got slaughtered.
Oh, whoa, folks. Welcome for the after hours of the show. I love it. Love it. So, Al and Tony, tell us, what was one of you guys go next? Give us what your memory was.
Go ahead. We'll rotate.
Just like there's a bunch of memories, but the one that really like stood out while I was growing up is one of my buddies from the local neighborhood. I went to his house, we were hanging out, and this kid had all the toys. Like he had all the GI Joes. Um, like he had Masters of the Universe, Transformers. I mean, you name it, all the good stuff that was available. And I grew up with, it was four brothers, four boys in the house, and our parents really couldn't afford, buying toys for all four brothers. So that kind of like stood out. Like, when I saw that, I've always wanted to have a nice collection like I have now, where I could just enjoy them, just stand and look at them and admire them and enjoy them.
Almost like that dream room when you were a kid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with me. Yep,
Yeah.
same exact thing.
Al, you hitting me right in the feels, bro, because that was
Yeah.
exactly, I had that as a kid. Then my parents lost the house,
Oh,
and then they got divorced, and then I lost everything. So now it's like, as an adult, to have the stuff, and there's still one piece that evades my collection, and my wife has been teetering on wanting to get it from me. So eventually I will get my Go Lion Voltron. But like, I know that feeling.
Cool. Yeah, that's a good one.
Still regret selling.
Yeah.
What up, Dave? What up, True Star Screamer?
Hey. And now Tony.
So when I was growing up, I wasn't a collector. I would get what my parents and grandparents would get for me, right? And I would get some good stuff, but I never had, a whole set. Like let's say wave one of Masters Universe, I would have maybe Battle Armor, He-Man, and Skeletor, and then a Castle Grayskull. So I would have that. Then GI Joes, I have a couple of Vipers and maybe a Duke. I did have the Voltron, the diecast Voltron. So I got some good stuff, but I never, because it was from not requests but gifts from my family. I got what I got, but it was good stuff, so I appreciate that. But as later on, as I got the nostalgia from watching cartoons and started making my own income, I started collecting, Turtles, Joes on my own because I had my own income. And then, not to bring it down, but after my grandmother was the last of my grandparents, and I was raised by my grandparents. When she passed away, I had kind of like a void of emptiness. So I was like, what could fill that void? That. So I started, a little bit going a little crazy with, I was working, I was making good money. So to find that adrenaline, or I forgot what the word is, but
endorphin.
That satisfaction of having something, and I would go to Midtown Comics or Forbidden Planet in New York City and get something that was really cool, and I got that rush, and then it go in a box, and that's it. But I know at least I had it, and I think that was one of the first times that I was really heavy into collecting. It was basically more of a psychological thing than actually being in it, because it was something that just brought me a sense of happiness for the moment. And as I continued to grow and I broke out of that and I started collecting, later on in life, it was because of the art. These figures are art to me.
They are.
The forms, the characters, the designs, the card backs, the art, the web, anything that they have is such a form of art. And I really intrigued me. Like now I have, when we were little, we would watch X-Men and all this other stuff. Like, oh, how cool is that to have that character animated in your hands now? So then I started collecting it as a form of art. And I got researched back into collecting, when the pandemic hit, man. It was like really how to fill that emptiness, and started collecting and discovered toy photography. I actually joined Instagram just to showcase my old collection, but then I realized, man, there's a lot of people who have a lot of creative and dynamic poses of the figures and creating a story. and I'm just shooting back to the front of the box and the images, and like, that's not really me. Let me do that as something secondary, but let me see how well I can, adjust to this community and make it a part of my own. And that's where you said like the brotherhood comes in, because I met a lot of great people through Instagram. A bunch of these two guys I met through Instagram and in person at Legions Con, and we hit it off, man. So there is that camaraderie that brings us to the table, but we come for the toys, but we stay for the friendships.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
100%.
something that we 1000% love here. It's like, it's what brings me and Ty together. Like, it's funny, there's like Ty and I started talking, and then it's like we come out and we find out we have the same illness, which was like really surprising, because it's
that
rare
shit
to
is
have
super
achalasia.
rare.
It's like, and it's like to find somebody else that has it, that gets the struggle. And then when I had my surgery, he was there like every day, like, yo, are you okay? What's going on? Like, that showed me that I had another person in the circle that now has permanently become a part of the circle, and actually it's cool to see that bonding, because we like I said, overall the toys is what brings us to the table. It's the rest of the stuff that we have to find that makes it work. And I guess that's also kind of hard, where it's hard finding friends. The older we get, it's like, if the people at least don't have at least 2 or 3 things in common with us, they're like, what the hell's wrong with this? I can't talk to you. If you don't like wrestling and you don't like toys, you don't like pop culture or comic books, what the heck am I going to talk to you about?
Yeah, I found better friends through these little plastic assholes than I did through like meeting people at the bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Facts. Not saying I haven't kept any of those people, but the ones that have stayed, like actually stayed friends with me, is really because of this.
Yep.
100%. And I like what True Star Screamer said. So
yeah,
I want to
pull it back up.
Yeah, pull it back up, because I want to pull.
That's a very good question.
It is. So this goes out to you guys. What would the 10-year-old version of you guys, if he could see you now, what would they say?
Can I touch that? Can I grab that?
So what was that again? I'm sorry, because we were talking over it. So
you had sex with a girl?
I was cool at some point.
I know. At some point, before all this, look, I got kids. Oh man, no, but I think that's something that, like, I've always wondered, what would my 10-year-old self say to me? Like, I think they would look and say it's pretty cool, but again, it's different. I think it's unique perspective that we have as adults.
Yeah, so I don't really have to wonder it. I have my 5-year-old grandson today, and that was basically the same thing. Abuelo, can I touch this? Abuelo, can I touch that? Abuelo. And I'm like, oh my God, this dude, if he just knew that one false move, that whole shelf is going down. You know what I'm saying?
Peanut,
fucking
dude.
Domino effect.
People have asked me, they said, man, you got all those Hot Toys on the shelf. A couple of grand worth. And I'm like, dude, she doesn't touch any of them because she knows better. I taught her when she was 2, no toques. And she doesn't. She loved to look at it. And that's where she got her love for Spider-Man. And now she's 6, and she's just like, she has her action figures that she likes, that she takes really good care of. And then she has like the throwaway toys, but like her K-pop Demon Hunter dolls, which Tats knows about.
Yep.
Yeah. I think my 10-year-old self would say, wow, you have more than one of the same figure?
Yeah, right. Why you got 12 Wolverines?
Listen. I gotta have Hellfire Gala and Marvel Rivals Spider-Man. They're 2 different costumes.
Yeah, I just happen.
Not
to have
even
like
that, but
Wolverines.
like army building. I mean, wow, to have the same figure. Like growing up, you never heard that. You never wanted the same figure or something. The money was limited. I grew up in a humble household, and like I said, I got what I got, but the only way I would get a duplicate of something is if my parents fucked up and got me the same shit. And I didn't want to have the same one, If I got Donatello, I didn't want another Donatello. I wanted, Leo or something.
That is so true.
My parents only get, my mom, I remember, and my grandparents, sometimes if they got me a duplicate, my mom would hold it because in case I broke it, which happened with like G.I. Joes, our old 3 3/4 G.I. Joes. Because remember, there's Joe's hands, that thumb could pop if you didn't put the gun in right. And you couldn't glue it back because there was nothing. So my mom would either glue the gun to the hand, or suddenly she'd be finding herself at a toy store to find the replacement. So
I'm sure Al's brothers were mind blown when they got Tomax.
No, we used to,
whatever the
man,
other guy's name is.
like how many GI Joes would you see? Like we would burn them. We would burn them like the
Mhm.
little army soldiers. We'd like char them up and
Firecrackers and shit.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We used to bend them and snap the O rings out.
Sharpie,
and-
a red
oh,
Sharpie on them and stuff.
Yeah, they
Oh
were.
God. Customizing before customizing. We gotta
Right.
make the guts
Oh,
look like
man.
it's guts. Look, break them.
And I lived in there was a Chinese store our house was not that far away from the main avenue, and there was a bunch of stores, and there's a lot of stores, and there was a big Chinese store that sold a bunch of bootlegs, like the bootleg Rambos, the bootleg Voltron.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Dude. They had like everything. They had like, so my mother worked for Tootsie Toys. Tootsie Toys was a company here in Chicago that made diecast, kind of like Hot Wheels.
Oh,
So she would bring us, toys once in a while. I would be like, "Hey, Ma, I want GI Joes," and she would bring me like a little diecast card. Like, "Oh, they didn't have GI Joes, but this is what we had." But my mother would get us we would get the bootlegs from the Chinese store.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We wanted
I think
Rambo.
that was a big percentage of our action figures growing up.
Yep.
Was bootlegs.
Yeah, we used to get the
Mm.
bootlegs. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I wish there was a store like that because now the bootlegs at the the dollar store, they're not really. Now they got official ones at the dollar store.
Mhm.
They got the
It'll be
official.
like a 4-pack with like Superman, Spider-Man, Batman,
Ultraman.
Yeah, they-
Ultraman randomly in there for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
And a random Homelander.
Yeah.
God,
But
I
those-
remember those.
Man, I wish I would have bought one of those those bootleg diecast Voltron bootlegs.
yeah.
Oh man, those were sweet, man. I remember I used to walk by and they used to have all the toys on the display, those big, robot kind of
The
like
Shogun Warriors.
Shogun type
Oh,
warriors,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
bootlegs, the big robots and
Just Warriors.
oh, man. Yeah, man. That was like that was just and they had the big boom. They used to sell the big boom boxes, the cassette player ones. They used to have a bunch of cool stuff, man. I wish there was, still stores like that.
Yeah, mom
don't
and
make
pops used to really have a variety of toys. You go over there to get a Chinese fan, and you come out with like a ton of toys that you
Flip
beg
flops.
your mom to
You had to
get.
get your chancletas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the little and my abuela,
Back scratcher, the back
the
Yeah,
back
scratcher.
back
scratcher,
scratcher,
the fans, the fans that they
Yep.
had. Then they had the whatchamacallit, what was it? You had the little bombas that you would just throw them, the little like
Oh, the little water
Oh, the
balloons
white,
that
the
blew
white
up.
crap,
Yeah.
snaps.
Oh, the
snaps.
snaps.
You
Yeah.
take those
Yeah.
snaps and just oh god, dude, I used to love
Lo
that stuff.
petardo.
Yeah.
They'd give you like $5. My grandfather would be like, here, he would get his little loteria that he would have, and he'd be like, here's
Mhm.
$5. Buy whatever
And
you
if you
want.
were lucky, you could buy your own Ninja Stars, Darth.
Yeah,
and all that
that was
weaponry.
those rare occasions
Yeah, that was
that
fun.
they gave you more than 5. You get like, I got 10, and that Ninja Star is
Yeah.
7. It's a wrap.
Oh, and you had to say for the candy store because usually next door was a bodega that I'd go get I'd clean up and get a bunch of because back in the day you
The
get
25
like 3
cent
drinks,
Yeah,
Yeah.
penny candy.
Gum, Jolly Ranchers.
I was about to say Jolly Ranchers. Hell yeah.
Yeah, what could you get now?
It-
$3 for a freaking candy bar.
Yeah, and the 10-cent Jawbreakers, Mike and Ike's.
Oh, gobstoppers. Oh, dude, don't.
So good.
My inner
Dre,
fat
you
is-
grew up in New York, so you know about tropical fantasy, the 2
Oh,
for 1.
Oh yeah,
Mm,
with the
yeah.
Summerside, that was the bull.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, they're trying to. They're trying to.
Man, he's hitting me right in the feels, man. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
they don't know, man. Like, it's so funny. I'll give Peanut $5, right, and she'll be so excited, and then we'll go to the store, and there's nothing you can get for $5. So it's like I had to step up because I remember you could get $5 back in the day.
Mhm.
Now $5 could get you what, maybe a accessory, but you're not getting
Cuidado.
anything. Yeah, you're not
Cuidado,
walking
yeah.
out exactly, and you ain't walking out the store. Hell, it's like everything's so expensive, and those little mom and pop stores now are stepping into bootlegs, but they're doing like the bootlegs of like those high end toys, like the fake dumpling and all that shit.
Oh yeah, yep, I've seen those.
The only good store that for having $5 and making go a little far if you can is Five Below.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes they got this candies. You get a couple of candies for $1, and then you could buy something else. But
Yeah, they're hard to come by. It's funny.
It's hard.
'cause
It's hard to find a place where $5 will get you
somewhere.
Well, no, even Five
decent.
Below, like there's only 2 in the area, and they're both like one's like 30 minutes from my house, the other one's like an hour 20 minutes away. They're
Oh,
not
okay.
close. 'Cause I
Mm.
see all these YouTubers always going to them all the time, like I'm gonna go to Five Below, and I'm like, great, because
I got one
love
down
the
the
stick
street
stuff.
from me. I was there today and left with nothing.
Yeah, sometimes it hit and miss, but like if you like those mini
Yeah.
brand type things,
Yeah, that's what I went for. The teenies for
Mhm.
like diorama
Yep.
stuff.
Yep.
That's what I went looking for. I
Oh,
got
yo
almost
tengo cosa para ti. I got,
Yeah,
I got a
Matt's a big
package.
collector of those.
the
I got
teeny
a
tinies.
I got
Yeah.
a whole bag of teeny tinies right here.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yep, there you
Oh.
go. Yep. Those things come in clutch for photography.
They do.
Yep.
They do. I'm
Mm.
sending you some actually. I got some. I got a little
Oh,
care
hell
package
yeah.
for you. I got a little care package. I got to send you and TG.
Thank
So,
you, sir.
no
You're
problem. No
appreciated.
problem.
Anyone needs some yellow asparagus?
Is that from like the Bluey thing or actually mini?
No, that's from the like
The
little
teeny tinies.
vegetable cart, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
See, I already knew it.
T-bone steak.
Oh,
Yep,
look at
I was
this.
looking
Yeah.
for that one because I was actually gonna do a picture with this guy here, with Jeff.
Here we
I
go. You
can't
could
find mine.
you could make
What,
your
what I need
Shawarma.
is
El
what's it called?
Pastor, your
A
El
gas
Pastor tacos.
red gas container.
Oh, dude, if I had the freaking you get all the Avengers together and you get them holding the shawarma.
shawarma?
Oh,
Mhm.
What
Yeah,
I haven't
teeny
found was
tinies
the
come through.
red gas container. I see some images. They have.
if I find, I'll keep an eyes up here for you because there's a store down the street from me. He does sell those loose. I'll
Pincho?
take a look and see. Yo, man, if you got any
Like,
dupes,
some of those
let me
things are
know.
hard to
Holla
find,
at your
though.
boy. If you got any dupes
What? I don't know.
of the shawarma, because I would
Oh.
actually love to do that Avengers setup if you have a dupe of the shawarma.
Oh, you know, I think I only have one of those. I'll have to look though. I'll check.
Cool. So let me go to this.
Pumpkin.
Oh, look, he got pumpkins. Well, he keep showing.
Yeah, bro.
You got all the little shit.
It spins out of control because you're like, I might need this sometime.
You know.
Yeah, well, I don't even have anything on my desk right now.
I have like these accessory things, and one of them is just full of teeny tiny shit too.
It's like buying a Mezco figure. You buy these accessory packs, and you might use one thing for your photo, and the rest stay in the bag.
Last one because it's so random. Like, look at this, like, kind of detailed little sundae. Like,
Sunday, that's
Mhm.
cool.
That's cool.
it's
I gotta
That's
take some from
cool.
Peanut. She's got a
multiple paint apps. Like,
and it's
That
like
is
what,
cool.
like, and it comes like in that little ball that for like what, $8. So you're getting a bunch of
it
branded
came with a
stuff.
bunch of shit.
Yeah,
Well,
like
for
$6 or
$5
some shit. Yeah,
That's cool.
That's pretty
me's
dope.
almost 6 because I'm in Massachusetts.
Well, yeah, after taxable. Yeah, I'm in California.
Mhm.
There's
So this kind of brings up an interesting question, and
Is that
it's
a
little.
science project?
It's not a science thing. It's actually this is so on the Outer Dim podcast. Anybody that's watched us, Dave and I have done a show where we talked about the hero's journey, because I heard some very foolish people that are in our
Mhm.
community talk about it and use it in the wrong context. And because my wife is an English language arts teacher, she heard that and got even more upset, and she nerded out on me, which then made me nerd out. So I had to express it. So obviously we go on these journeys. Think of it like Spider-Man. Think of it in any hero or villain that you could think of, all goes on this kind of epic journey, right? And we in this toy community, most of us have hit that point of, I know I'm 2 years from it, from close to half my life. I've been on this planet 50 years. And, we've all kind of endured something. And sadly, there's always, I think, good and bad. So the question I was thinking about, and I'd like to hear it from each of your perspectives, is has there ever been any times you guys have ever felt that the hobby or even people within the space, not naming names, you can't, I don't care if you do, but you don't have to, ever made you feel like it was like bad for you to collect or just out of place within this place that we all collect? Have you guys ever experienced anything? And whoever wants to go first can share.
anyone?
Going
I'll
once,
just say,
going twice.
Actually, I haven't myself. I haven't really encountered any negativity or anyone belittling for the hobby. I don't know. I really, like I said, I find it as an art form, and if I surrounded myself with like-minded people,
Mhm.
so if there's anything said, the derogatory is behind my back. So,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't know offhand. Been told, hey, this or that. So, I mean, I did have, of course, your wife is gonna say, why are you collecting so many toys? There's an expense. We're running
And
out of
that's where
room.
I was. That's kind of also where this question kind of goes too, because financial mistakes. I'm not trying to steal from my brothers, but they heard my financial mistake. Like my financial mistake, which my wife says it will always be the financial mistake. I bought a PS5. I put the money in. I paid for it. Put the money in our bank account. They drew the money, but other bills had taken. So I got my PS5. Shows up at the door November 2020. I'm grinning like a kid in a candy store. My wife's like, "Hey, why did this check bounce? This check bounce? This check bounce?" And she was like, "Canta cabrón," and I was like, "Shit." And then I look at the bank account, and it was like, "Ding, ding, 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 ding," and then the PlayStation took out. So I got in trouble. We'll just put it that way. So I've heard that we've all had some kind of like, even people outside of the hobby. When I was working as a teacher, my office was littered with posters and everything. My principal was into sports, had sports memorabilia all over the place. We bonded over our love for the Yankees and the Giants because he was a New Yorker. He came in my office and laughed at me for a RoboCop poster I had on my wall and for Iron Man. And I was like, dude, did you go look in your freaking office? Like you have like the same shit. It's just it's the same shit reskinned.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's all the same stuff, but it's like people look at you down because they view it as this is childish, but it's not.
Yeah.
And that's arguable, but that's one of the many experiences. And I've had bad experiences inside of this as well. But I guess, Matt, have you ever had anything? I mean, if you haven't, that's great. But if you haven't in the community, but I'm just curious, have you ever had it in your own life? Like anybody ever judge you in your life for that too? I guess I could expand that. Good shout out.
I guess the issue, if you will, is that like, and I don't want to sound like, when it comes to this, I'm unjudgeable. Does that make sense?
No, that makes sense.
I
You
don't
give
care.
zero fucks. Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Like my brother. Okay, 4th of July. I throw a big 4th of July party every year. I smoke ribs. I freaking red carpet. Like I'm exhausted by the end of it, but it's the one day a year I like make everyone feel loved. Like they come here, I host. I make it. My wife and I make it a whole thing. And my brother's wife came here for the first time. Actually, she wasn't here before. She was here for Easter. I did Easter. She'd never been to my house. They've been invited multiple times. They never made it for whatever reason. She comes in here. She looks at the toy room, and she's from Sinaloa, so she doesn't speak that much English.
Mm-hmm.
But she goes, Tumas Toys. And I just look at her and I go, never. And I just walked outside and kept going on with my day. Like I was like, no such thing, because I just don't cotton to that nonsense. It's like it's not like, you have too many shoes. You have too many you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm often talking about like their wives and their oh my god, they get mad. I'm like, if my wife wanted to argue with me, I'd go grab 30 jackets out of her fucking 30 coats out of the closet right now and be like, okay, well you collect coats and shoes. You know what I mean? Like I guess I'm not being judged because I love it. It brings me more peace than whatever their negativity's gonna bring me the other way, I guess, if you will.
Yeah,
So
it's yeah,
it's like either you get it or you don't, and you just
Mhm.
make the difference is the people that get it, you just kind of respect them a little more,
Yep.
than the other people.
100%. Love that.
You guys ever influence someone outside in like your real life to start collecting because they saw your cool setups and everything?
I got my homie Ed to actually start going down the Mythic Legions route, and he actually stopped collecting. He was big into Funko Pops.
Yeah.
And then he saw the designs that the Forestman Studios were making and the characters. And we hit it off as friends and bonded over that because I was, I would get a couple of pops, but that I think if that question would be if I saw anybody with so many pops, I'm like, really? The hell they do? Little big head statue plastics vinyls, not my thing. Even though I got a ton, but that was because I put them to the movies that we watched, so I put myself in a different level. But when you influence someone and then you become friends and continue, and look at where we come. We actually started a podcast that's predominantly around Four Horsemen Studios action figures and chilling as friends. So that was kind of a neat thing where you can influence somebody and they're part of the hobby and you bond over it and continue building a friendship over that too. So that was
Yeah.
cool.
It
Yeah.
definitely is.
Yeah, I have
I
my
have
my
a
niece
friend of mine,
my
too.
niece's boyfriend. He they moved in together recently, and he has accumulated maybe a 10 deep like kaiju collection of Godzillas and various things that were like, he had a Funko Pop and he was like looking at stuff and he's like, oh, I'm like, oh, well, I don't like, he's into Godzilla. I'm like, well, I don't collect that, but I sent him some like back in like Black Friday days, like Big Bad had a bunch of highest stuff on sale.
Mm-hmm.
Sent him some things, and then I went to his place and he had, like the $180, like the one with all the heads, the gold, like
King
Ghidorah.
Ghidorah.
yeah, he's all in my King Ghidorah, then a couple other, Godzillas, and then like at Ross they had one of the model kits of like Godzilla and a skeleton Godzilla, and it was like $30, but like I think originally it was like 75. So I actually bought him that. I'm like, well, is it okay if I buy this for you? And he's like, dude. But then I did hear from like the niece, like, like too much, like no more.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
never
also
bad.
think our demographic as we've grown up was childhood that they've grown up within our age bracket are all some form of collector, either some high end sneaker or vehicles or toys or video games, something of that nature that resonates with them from their childhood. I think that's partially, like I just told Tats, man, that he has a grandchild. I'm like, man, you look young. And I think that's what keeps us young too. All of us on this screen don't look our age. I gotta admit that much. And a lot of the friends some of our friends look a lot older than they are. It's because they got the beards and stuff. But shave those beards, and they look a hell of a lot younger. So I think comparatively to the people we grew up around that were 40 and 50, they look like they were 70 and 80, 1 foot in the grave, man. And we still
For
have
real.
that.
I don't feel like that type of adult, like at
Right.
all. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
We are theoretically we are that Toys R Us kid, man. That's what we grew up with, Toys R Us.
I
You never
was
want
going
to
to
grow
say,
up.
if these basic bitches are going to have fucking Christmas in July and celebrate Halloween all of October, then like let me have my damn toys. You know what
Fair
I mean?
enough.
Exactly.
Right?
Fair enough.
It's
Yeah.
a kid thing for you too. That's why Christmas starts October 1st instead of December 1st these days. They just don't want to admit it. It's a feeling about when you were a kid that you love.
And and how many people go to Hobby Lobby and Michael's and buy fake flowers to make their fake
Displays and shit. Yeah.
displays, and they're beautiful. But
Mhm.
that's what they like, and that's where they invest their money and how they enjoy it.
It's a
So
sense of
what we
peace.
invest in is like our nostalgia, and sometimes we get like, wow, this is phenomenal. We didn't get this type of stuff when we got older. When you were younger, you got like 5 points off articulation, or there was no articulation. You had like a little static green GI Joe. Now you could pose these things, move them around, and take and which leads us to making it acceptable as well as collecting action figures is taking pictures of them, as an art as well. So it's fun. And if the fun of it is going to keep me young at heart and allow me to have less wrinkles than my dad did, yeah, I'll take it.
Well, think about this. You guys have brought up a lot of interesting things. One of the big things I want to touch on was like buying stuff for other people. Like I think True Star Screamer said it. His wife is a book nerd. His wife and my wife would get along extremely well. I even said Tats and my wife would get along too because they love to read. That's all my wife does. Like, she collects like Stitch stuff. She loves Stitch, but like her thing is books. Like she loves to read, and I don't buy nearly as much as I used to, for lots of reasons. We get older. Our kids are getting older. Life is we're a little bit more cherry picking of what we want, and I think that kind of idea keeps us young because doing the photography, doing the things that we see as acceptable, because sadly we I was kind of forced to grow up a little bit when my parents got divorced. So I had to, lose a little bit of my childhood. But then when I was like in college, some of it came back. Then it left again. And then when I became 30, that's when I would say I was like actively till now. And it's interesting when I hear a lot of these stories about everybody's like, we've all left the hobby at some point briefly and we get pulled back in and we are still looking young. That's the other thing too. It's our mental health. We have to be very cognizant of that. And I think that that's what keeps our friendships healthy, what keeps us mentally healthy, is that we find like-minded people, or we hope to find like-minded people. And we keep that positivity. It may sound kind of corny and hokey to say it like that, but it's true. I'd rather surround myself by you guys and grab a beer and talk toys and life and other shit than go with 5 strangers or that we have one thing in common. I'm going to because I've seen people that are the same age as me look worse.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't like, because I have a 6-year-old. Yeah, she keeps me young. But like my wife even said it, we both look young because we enjoy the things. We find that little bit of happiness. And I see it with you. I hear it in Matt's voice. I hear it in your voice, Alan. I hear it in Tony's and Tats. I talk every day to, so I know I hear from him. So
yeah.
But Al, you haven't had a chance to kind of chime in. So have you ever experienced good or bad in the hobby? And if you have, like, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, like at one point my wife's like, so what's your goal? What's your goal? Just, you just keep buying and buying and I was like, well, I'm gonna keep buying until I want to buy. I mean, that's why I work.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's why I work. I mean, that's not the only reason, but I mean, I have the opportunity to, you know, to spoil myself, throughout the whole year. If I couldn't do it, then I wouldn't be buying the stuff that I buy. It's not like I'm sliding a credit card and I have a, $20,000 balance on just on collectibles. If I couldn't do it, then I wouldn't do it. And
Yeah, man, I think that's important. Exactly what
Yeah.
Al said. Buying within your means and not creating debt for your family or
Yes.
yourself.
yeah, and then I'm before I was more like, oh, I'm gonna get this whole wave, I'm gonna get this whole series, and now I'm like more selective, like okay, because I see a lot of stuff that I have in boxes and just stored away. So kind of like my mentality is like if I have it stored in boxes or totes, I don't need it because there's no I mean you could have a storage room full of stuff, but just for what purpose? As it's you got to
At
get to
that point,
that
you're
point
hoarding.
where exactly like to me the what I find joy is just like looking at my display.
Mm-hmm.
So little by little I'm opening stuff that I haven't opened, throughout, 5 or 6 years of collecting or, and so on. But every time I open something, I put it up on the display and I'm like, okay, cool. I find a little joy in that. And then I look at all the stuff that I have sealed in boxes and I'm like, you know what? I don't think I need that. I haven't opened it in 6 or 7 years. I don't think I need that. So there's going to be a purging time and there's going to be like, you know, just like we're being more selective and so on. There's cycles in collecting all the time.
But I like knowing it's there. So like
Yeah.
yesterday, I made this guy yesterday.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
So
Oh, that's cool.
I went out to the garage and I dug through a box for Gold Knight. I was doing this on Legion's chat yesterday, and they were telling me I was flexing because I'm like Valiant Knight, Sir Enoch, Ninian Infantry. Like I'm like, where's the damn Gold Knight? Like I'm just
Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
through all the, I'm like, Black Knight, Red Shield Soldier. Okay, there's the Gold Knight I was looking for. Let me come do this. But
That does sound like a flex, man. Got all the
For real.
That's
I got to
cool.
dig through all these mythic legions.
Same.
But at the same time, it's like I wouldn't sell those for less than $100, and I'd feel weird selling them for $100. I'd rather just keep them and have them
Yeah.
there in my.
I think that's one of the funniest things I encounter sometimes.
When something like this
I
happens,
have so much stuff, and I find something like, oh, I have this, oh. And then I look through another box. Oh, I have this again. So like that 10-year-old stuff is like, how are you gonna have all these same figures? And sometimes it's because you forget, or you find a good deal on it, and you're like, oh, I could use that for parts. I could use that for army builder and stuff like that. And especially when I can see from all of us, we went through the even flows. So we might have stuff in our collection that we haven't even seen in years because we have, no access to it because we put it away or something like that. And it's not a part of our current collection. And when you find it, you're like, oh, I found, the Spawn figure that's now worth like, $200 or whatever. And he's like, you contemplate, ooh, should I put it for sale? But knowing that you have it is like, oh man, I know the story behind it. I know how I got this. I woke up so early in the morning to hit Toys R Us before someone scalper got there, and I was able to catch it before he got it. So I'm not gonna sell it. Or you got it as a gift, like I got some. My wife, my wife, when we were dating, she got me some nice high end stuff and complete sets of some figures, man. And I wouldn't give them for the world because she did that out of love, to show her affection and stuff for me. And I'm like, nah, that's a part of my collection for life. Whether I open it or whether I play with it, it doesn't matter as long as I have it in my collection because I have that memory to it, and that love that was behind it. Like when you get stuff for yourself, is a little easier to get rid of unless you have a story behind it. Because sometimes, especially during the pandemic, I was buying shit just to buy shit. I was like, oh, I'm going to do photography. This figure looked good for a shot, and then 4 years later, I still haven't taken a picture with that shot. With that picture with that figure. So that's something maybe I could like, oh yeah, I don't need that. I'll get rid of it to someone who really wants it or make use of it. But like the shocking part is like you've discovered toys like, oh, I have this? Man, okay, cool.
That was a couple weeks ago. I did that. I had that exact same thing happen. I went through the closet and I even told you, Tats, I came across shit that I couldn't believe I had. I was like, yo, I sent him some stuff. I sent a couple of friends. I was like, dude, this is just sitting collecting dust. Brand new, displayed, never been touched. I took it out the box to look at it and put it right back in. And now my brother's enjoying it. He did his videos with the Godzilla and Kong. Came out fire. So it's nice to see somebody else enjoying what was literally collecting dust in a closet.
Yep. Agreed. Another reason why I love collecting is because it reminds me that not all my money went to bills.
That's true too.
Facts.
Like Al said, man, we work hard for our money, and
have something to show for
it. Either be boozing, go into the tip bar. Maybe we still do. I'm not saying I do, but maybe, drugging or something like that. But we choose to keep it on the up and up. Casual drinks here is nothing, but like there could be worse vices that we could be involved in collecting toys and actually making use of those toys either through toy photography or setups, and like I said, once again, that whole community that we didn't expect, a lot of us do stuff not expecting to make friendships, it's like, this person lives in California, and we're good friends, man. And, we hanged out, we went to Comic-Con and we had a moment, and I said, of a lot of people, I trust you, I've learned that you are up and up person and I value your friendship. And he's in Cali. I forgot that I even knew his last name, but from getting to know him on the show and how he is within the help that he does. If he finds something at Ross, he has that, oh, you guys need this or something like that. So he's a very considerate and a real genuine person. So I'm glad I met this guy from Cali, because if it wasn't for me collecting toys, I would have never have met Matt and Al, who was in Chicago.
But see, Tony, that can go for you and me though, because Matt and Al, I love the time that we had, and I know I'm not a good friend that I haven't reached out a lot more. I will say that I shot myself out. I have no problems in shouting myself out for that. But Tony and Matt, you guys have been on a lot of stuff that Dave and I've done. I've talked to you guys personally. I've shared a lot of stuff with y'all, very personal, and it's a big thing. And we don't even I live on at least the same coast as Tony and Matt. Me and Matt, you've been on stuff with Dave that you've like really come through, and it makes a difference because you see how important it is to not just my life, but to somebody I am super close with in Dave. And
it's for a good cause also. So it's not
exactly. Like, it doesn't hurt that it's for a great cause. And then Tats came on there, and Tony's been on there, and Tony's come through for me and been there just to shoot the shit with me when I went to the hospital. Like he was there. So it's like, I get that, where this hobby has created long distance relationship friendships that are as good as if you were local.
Yep.
And I also value the part for you guys, and I know all of you have different ways, because we have, all of us have some bonds that might be a little stronger with others, but we realize that life comes in the way, and we can always be, calling each other or messaging each other every day. But once we do, it's like nothing. There was no
Nothing
lull in
changed.
it.
This-
Yeah.
Yeah, bounce back, have a good time. And
I was
continue.
gonna say this to the effect that like I see Dave once a year when we do the
Right, for us,
telethon
yeah.
for his cycle for a cure.
Mhm.
But it's just like I never stress. It's like I'm gonna hop in there. Dave's gonna be there. There'll probably be other dudes that are cool that are gonna be there. I don't even think Dre, you were there this time around
Mm-mm.
when I was on.
No,
So
I
I'm like,
was.
well, Dre's
I
not
was
gonna be there, but
I was there. I left briefly because I had to
Okay.
do something, but I came back when you had left. So yes.
So but I'm just like it's like you hop in and it's like you just pick up where you left off last year, like
Mhm.
you still into this shit, or what do you like now, and you just the conversation continues like it never was interrupted, so
But that's also
That's,
comfort, though. That
Yeah.
comes with comfort too. Like me, like if you ultimately, I think Tats and I talked about this too. Like there's levels of friendships you have. Like there's like your peoples, which
Mhm.
I talk to every day, that I interact with. That we do a lot more stuff. Like you guys with Latin Legions with your podcast. Then y'all talk to each other outside of that because lives. And then there's like, oh, the people I kind of know. And then there's like, oh, I've heard of you through somebody else. We have like those kind of odd relationships, but these ones that are super tight that we talk to, I think it just picks up, but it's also based on our personalities. If we left on a good, we left that time on a good part, it's good to come back and have that conversation. But if we left on like kind of weird notes, it's like kind of like an awkward, like, hey, I remember you kind of thing. And I've seen that happen with some people where they're like, oh, I don't know if I should have maybe had you come on, or not you, obviously, because you're good people, but like other people, I was like, but I get that. But I also know that I'm a better judge of character than most. For me, that I know if I want to mess with you, you're gonna be around. Tats, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, don't even worry about it. But that's what I was saying. My bad. That I've met some really solid people through here that I just, if it wasn't for toys or toy photography or me yelling at people on Instagram, we probably would have never kicked it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm super grateful for this hobby and the community that comes with it. So I totally understand where you guys are coming from.
I love it. See, this is more than the toys, folks. We told you that. We get guests that we come on here. We're not just going to sit and talk about.
We get
all
deep
the other
in this
shit.
bitch.
Yeah, we get deep. Now, this.
I don't know if you guys like on top of that, just to add one real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Mhm.
Like every Friday, I do the Cabal has a Legions chat on Friday night. It's basically a Zoom meeting, a Zoom call that people get on, and I do that every Friday. And I see those people like Brian from Carver Con and David Williams and Joe Martinez, and these guys are like, we don't chat much during the week, but every Friday night we hang out for a couple hours, every week pretty much, just chatting about stuff. And it's a lot of times it isn't just about, we're not talking about Mythic Legions the whole time. Like it's just different stuff. What are you working on? Oh, someone was a rag at work today or whatever, like it's just hanging out and chatting about stuff and exchanging ideas. And it's, so that's just to plug that. Just like I said, that's another cool thing about it. It's a Zoom chat. We're all face to face. I was like, "Oh, you were drinking by yourself?" I'm like, "No, I was drinking with everyone on the Zoom chat."
Yep.
Come on,
we're in the digital. What is it? Digital age and shit. Not to sound like cliche or anything, but
better than sitting at a bar with strangers.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely.
I work in insurance, so yes, I'd rather if you're going to drink at home. You raise everybody's rates the minute your ass gets on that road. But it's the truth. Honestly, like I think it's exactly what we've been kind of, again, down to what does this interact with? The fact that there's a friendship, a bond that the internet helped foster. and then it continues to foster because we do it through our phones, we do it through however our means. Which again, great segue into this question, which is, what brought you four together to get this podcast started?
I'll let you do that one. Oh, I was gonna refer to.
Well, I don't know because I always get it wrong because apparently I was the least sober of the four of us.
That's why I love your retelling of the story.
Well, because when I retell it was all my idea.
Oh, really? Oh, I gotta give props. I think it was Al's original idea, but I set up everything.
I think Al's the idea for me, and I just didn't say it loud enough.
We were in the lobby. We were just chatting, and it was funny because we had Mal from the Euro Legions. We were having some drinks in the lobby, and after the show, it's just lobby chit chat, hanging around with the friends.
Late night. This is late.
Was this when Tony had the rum and cokes? Were we drinking rum and cokes at this point?
We had a bunch of we were liquored up, and we're just chatting, and they're like, hey, well, we should start up our own, because Tony and Ed, we just met Tony and Ed, and they had their Toy Loco podcast or YouTube channel at the time, and we're like, hey, we should just start our own stuff, Latin Legions. We're Latinos, and we're all getting together, based on our likes of collecting, and Four Horsemen based. The Convention Legions Con is just it's lovely because like everybody just gets together and talk nerdiness and personal stuff, and so we just created that on the fly, and all of a sudden the next day I think Tony's like, hey, I created the channel or something. Yeah, the channel, and all of a sudden, hey, he sent us the Gmail, Latin Legions Gmail or whatever. I'm like, oh wow, we got the channel. Okay, so it's legit. But
I remember waking up and being like seriously, like out of a movie, like my hair's all on one side, and like, what the fuck's a Latin Legion? I need a shower. Like, I don't know what's going on. I gotta wake up.
Inside baseball, we were we decided to go. Was it StreamYard, or we did free StreamYard just to meet up and hang out, to actually get to know each other.
I think we did Zoom. Didn't we do Zoom?
Yeah, we did like three, like Zoom. At least Zoom 2 or 3 like non-recorded episodes in a way.
Yeah,
where we just hung out.
Yeah, to get to know each other. I mean, the vibes were there. I wouldn't have set something up if I didn't get good vibes from Matt and Al. I already knew Ed. So just to go move forward, we decided to do like practice and see if we all meshed well enough after the alcohol dissipated and we were sober,
So like Al and I knew each other, and Tony and Ed knew each other. So it was like we at least, right, half of us had a rapport with the other half, right?
Yeah, we did. We knew each other. You guys knew each other in person, and I knew Ed, but we were still following each other on Instagram, even though we never met face to face. We still supported each other's photos, and then we're like, oh shoot, collectible fun. I know, and it's like that was cool too, meeting the person behind the name, So it was cool. Like I said, we hit it off. We had our practices, and then we went full-fledged down the YouTube, and we've been doing it, for the last few years. So it's been a good time, man. And actually, I could say that I consider Al, Ed, and Matt friends, not just acquaintances. Still don't know all that much about them, but it's something that I value, their input, their insight, and their friendship, And I could say that I can't say that about a lot of people, even close people, who live right next to me, or even family, to say I have that rapport, because some people rub you the wrong way. We all shared
a hotel room together recently, and that's like
all 4 of us, and we survived
since like my 20s.
We survived.
Well, dude, you were the saving grace because you got us earbuds. It would have been a different story if I didn't have those earbuds. I would have. I think 2 of you guys would have been dead. But
Al and I is my perpetual Legions Con roommate at this point. But aside from that, I'm not like trying to share a hotel room with other people. But it was fun. It was a slumber party. It was a hoot.
It was fun, man.
Yeah, that sounds amazing, honestly.
And that's not easy to do. First time, there's something about everybody that you meet, especially when you're in a private space, that's going to irk you about them. And of course there was, but we saw bypassed, and it was a good time, man. We hit it all. We did a lot of things together. We just clicked and saw that, man, that's we made a right choice. That Legion's Con that we decided to seal the deal, it was a good choice.
Oh, by the way, at Legion's Con, I'm going to sneak into your room and I'm going to use all the toilet paper and leave just one little square for it, just as revenge for you.
I wonder who did that to you. Who actually
I didn't,
did that to you?
because I didn't do that on purpose. I was like blind drunk when I used the bathroom. And he comes out and he throws the toilet paper roll at me because there's like
yes.
toilet paper.
I'm like, yeah.
And he's like, why did you change it? I'm like, dude, I rolled in here. I was literally one of the last 3 people up last night. I rolled in at 3 a.m, took a shit, took a shower, and I
didn't in the shower.
We have this comment.
Exactly. That is perfect.
Yep.
Because I'm a replacer. I replaced the toilet paper roll. I'm
True that.
I'm a true citizen. So I didn't do it on purpose. But the level of frustration Tony had was made it hilarious. Where it's well, if I would have known,
I need to wipe my own ass, man.
I would have done it on purpose.
Shit.
Oh man, he's bringing back my anime con days. I have not shared a hotel room with anybody that's not my family.
It's like summer camp. Yeah, it was fun.
I don't know if I could do it now at 48. I snore and I like to sleep. And that's me. But again, if I'm with friends that I like, if it was me and you guys, I probably would just be sitting up all night laughing and cracking jokes, talking about toys and shit. So I don't know. I guess I could do it.
I think that should be fun.
I think that's also the conventions being held at the hotel is a smart move by the show planners to be able to have the accessibility, because that's also so convenient when you have access to all your friends, and once the show is over, you're still hanging out, eating, drinking, and talking about the toys, watching TV together, chilling in the hotel room. I think that's one of the best parts about when we go to cons and reserve rooms together, that we just are there for that time and we could break bread. I think that's also important when you actually move forward and just like you guys did, what the show is basically about is moving past the collecting and what blossoms from the collecting.
Yes.
Have either of you two ever been to Legion's Con?
No, I keep getting invited to it, so
Same
I'm gonna
here.
try. I can't guarantee it, but I'm definitely gonna try because a lot of people keep inviting me.
You guys gotta go.
Even if you're not into Legion, it's just a fun atmosphere.
Yeah.
You could not even go to the show. You could just go Friday night or Saturday night, just hang out with people, have a pizza party.
Tony told me last year to go. He's mentioned it this year to me to go. I've had so many friends of mine have actually reached out to me too, and they've been like, yo, you should totally come, Dre. You would have a great time. Oz, when he was in here, he's been wanting to meet me because I've known Oz for a few years now, and he's like, oh, you should come. And it's just at that weird time of the year because it's right at the beginning of November for us. And I know that for me, December is busy with work and with the wife and with the kids because my daughter's birthday is the 1st of December. So it's always a little tight to do anything that big of an expenditure right before Thanksgiving and then the birthday and all that stuff. So I would like to go if the money and the things were timing was right. I would totally consider it going.
Yeah.
Are you
I definitely agree.
Go and hang out, just to go. Like I said, you don't even have to go to the con. Like I said, you could just roll up Friday night and just party for the night. You know what I mean? And go home or crash on someone's, crash in someone's cuck chair or whatever for the night, and then
I'll sleep on the floor.
There's a lot. There's actually a lot of things you can do besides spend money. They also have people tape their podcasts on the show. There's other interactive activities.
All the display stuff isn't in the hall. It's all out in the lobby area where you can look at it.
Yeah, I've heard people do the night sales. That's been at Jolanta, they do that. I know Legion's Con kind of got that, from what I remember and heard, that a lot of what they do is like that big floor sales. Like you go outside and like people would like the vendors that would have like their stuff in the dealer's room, but then like outside in the night you had like, as long as the hotel didn't tell you to break it down, people were doing like trades and sales, and they had the room stuff. So I've heard and seen lots of those videos, and it definitely looks like I would go for the camaraderie. Like
Yeah.
if we were all
But they
there,
they also have
fun.
panels. You could do customizing studio, and that's
Oh.
free. You know, you just have to show up.
Oh,
Everything is free except for food and stuff like that. So and purchasing toys, but like they have podcasts being taped. They have
It's free to go sit out by the fire pit, man. That's the best
yeah,
spot.
yeah,
Yeah,
sing
I saw Oz did it
karaoke.
last year there.
Yeah, flash your titties, your man boobs, everything.
Whoa.
the
Well,
good
like-
times
like-
roll.
It is a major sausage party, but it's a good one.
But I mean, is it really like as honestly as like every married dude that we go to these things? Are we really doing that? Like, who cares? Like, I'm like, my wife will laugh at the plastic. She would worry more about how much money I'm spending
True that. Yeah.
than about that, because she's like, really, you came home with like, I better come home with like one thing that costs like $20 something to her in her head. Of course, I'd have you guys mail my stuff to me so that way I could lie about it. Be like, yeah, I only bought one thing. And Tony, you could always ship it down to me. Like, look at this gift from Tony for Christmas. This
There you
big
go.
box.
That's your out. That's your out.
There's my out. I got outs. But I mean, I think you guys like. I love hearing these things where it started all there. Like the epicenter was this con, and it's how you guys start your podcast and like kind of cemented your brotherhood. And I love hearing that sort of stuff. And Al, I think it was something you said very well. It's like, oh, we're all Latin. And I love that. Like it's again, I say this, and I'm going to ask this as a question. Are you the only podcast that is basically a minority-led podcast for the Mythic Legions? Not saying the lady legions, because I know that they're a thing.
Legion ladies, yes.
The Legion ladies. And I'm like, but I think, are you guys the only like Hispanic, like owned, like Mythic Legions pod?
That we're aware of.
I would say so.
I mean, to be fair, Schmerber, although his last name is Schmerber,
Yeah.
he is Mexican as well. But
We were the one who influenced him to start his show.
yeah, now he's everywhere. But yeah.
No, but it's interesting because
Now he's like a cold sore, you know.
Yeah, I did not say that.
like a herpes. No, but that's
he has new to Mythic Kings, you know. He's like,
but see, that's an interesting thing because I don't notice it, and maybe it's more because it's not just our podcast, Cultura Pop. But I was wondering, like, because I did my homework a little bit and I looked around. It doesn't seem like there's other collectors that have kind of banded together. So you guys are a niche within the niche, and I respect the hell out of you guys for it. And I just has it presented anything like where like Four Horsemen has ever kind of approached you guys? Like, I know like some of the other podcasts have had those people come on and like they've gifted them stuff and like said, hey, we're donating to you guys to do this. Has ever the Four Horsemen Studios ever come to you guys and said, hey, I noticed you guys are like kind of tapping into something that's a market that no one's really tapped into? Had they ever really approached you guys or anything like that? I'm just curious.
I would say it would be smart if they did, but no. What I do say is a misconception. Our name can be detrimental in a way because it is kind of like what is it? Not a clique, but it's a minority podcast that we're the minorities in it. But the podcast itself is open to everybody. You know,
Of
what I'm
course.
saying? It's not, you're just not Latin to have to be a guest on the show or watch the show. Is that us four people, are from different ethnicities and backgrounds, but we still share that Latin blood, and we're open to everybody. That's the best part about it because we don't segregate. You know, we
It
can
was
have
the
everybody.
Latin Legions.
Yeah. We're the melting pot because not all of us are all Puerto Rican or all Mexican or all of that. We just have that bond. And Four Horsemen Studios has been very good to us, in a sense that when we request them to come on the show. We celebrated our 100th episode with one of the big leaders. You know, a Corn Boy came on the show. We had a phenomenal time. You know, we had
Yeah, Diego
Diego, who's also Latin. We had numerous different companies come on, and Chris, and also the relationships and friendships that we brought from the artists in the community. We have 3D printers, artists all come on to the show and support us, and we also support them by showcasing them as well. So that little niche opens up for them to have that different demographic look at their stuff too. You know, so it's cool. I mean, it's hard because the algorithm and stuff like that doesn't always cater, you know, to the niche community. So you have to really put yourself out there.
And I don't like, so we're not really like you know, I don't want to maybe put words in Tony's mouth, but at least we're not thirsting out there for it. We're just doing our thing.
Yeah.
If that's fair to say, you know, we're not saying, hey, you should do this, or hey, you know, we're just
we're not influencers.
Yeah,
we just
you guys just do it for the love of the game.
And we get these people is because they want to be on the show. They want to show their wares. We promote them, but they also it's something that we enjoy because we're getting to see their talent, what's coming up in their realm. Like we have Badass Reviews, who's you know Hispanic as
Carlos
well.
Is awesome.
We had the guys from the Bandito. Eddie is Latin as well. So we have a lot of things, but we also have you know Quaid. You know,
you don't get less Latin than Quaid, but
yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just that the friendships that we got and what project you have and what interest you have is the same as us. So if we could get a voice out there for you, because Quaid was one of the first people, and Eddie from the Bandito, we were one of the first people before they blew up that they wanted to be on our show, and they had a good time because we make the show fun. You know, it's not you know, it's not like you're grilling people and making putting them on the spot. It flows and
presentation on your product, like no.
Yeah,
you're not trying to sell. You're not trying to sell something.
Right, and I think we're trying to have fun, and and the fun is bringing entertainment to our audience.
You guys do that in spades because as somebody who's been on your show and absolutely had an amazing time on the show.
You were a ringer, bro. I was.
It's funny, like listen, y'all. It was funny because Ty, you know how you and I bonded over Cash Earn?
Yeah,
our random love of Cash Earn. They got me on movies, and they were trying to every movie I just kept hitting a fucking home run, and they were like, "Damn, it's like I'm just getting all the points." It was too much fun, and it's
that's what made it.
I think you made it fun though because you invited me, and I wasn't into Legions, and I'm not into Legions at all, but in the sense that I respect the art form. But I love the fact that I was able to come on there, make friends, and have a great time. And you guys all did that and made me feel welcome. And I've had a friendship with that after the show. So proof positive that your show doesn't sell. It sells one thing, friendship.
That's right. Appreciate that, Dre. A quick answer, AC Mecca's question. Yeah, Odd Frog Entertainment is making the Bandito, and they're smooth sailing. So it looks hopefully, by the fourth quarter, we may have it in hand. So, and the price point was good for what it is, man. It's a nice piece. It actually is a playset in the sense that it's also photography is a vehicle. You can customize it. I know Ramen made the Ramen Racer, which is also customizable, but you need variety and you need companies and you need competition.
Yes.
And that inspires everybody to make better stuff. We have Zesray Studios inspiring, other companies. Mythic Legions inspires other companies. Savage Crucible inspires, because they all do something in the same realm, but also different. And I think that's what appeals to the community that watches our show, because we get to showcase some of that stuff without, without the hate. I'm not a big. None of us here about dogging people. If the stuff is trash, we'd rather not talk about it than just put it on blast. Because it's not fun for us. It's about entertainment. And
it's still a company too. It doesn't look good if we go in there tearing things apart. Like, I mean, no offense, none of us are expert level critics. We know what we love. Like I'm not a paid critic by like Rotten Tomatoes to go sit and judge a movie. I paid my good money. If you pay your good money and see a movie and we don't agree, that's okay.
Mhm.
We're allowed to disagree.
But
with
even
each
that's
other.
subjective as well.
And that is extremely.
But everything that when we say we support, like we supported Forceman's Kickstarter for the role playing game. We were part of the 20-hour stream. It's because we believe in the product, you know, and we all purchased the product. Same thing with Quaid, you know, we purchased the product. We're gonna have, you know, September 6th, we're gonna have another toy company, and the reason why they're on the show because we're interested in that product. We want to support that product, and we're gonna showcase it for our audience. And also the dual point is that when you bring someone to the show that provides entertainment to your fan base, it allows your fan base to grow. You know, and that's our goal is to provide entertainment, but provide it to, you know, more people, which is always fun. The more people that get to see you, the more word of mouth. And like, you know, Dre, you've been on the show, you realize that it's a good time, you know, and spreading that goodwill is one of the most important. I think a lot of the shows that we watch, that we support, that we subscribe to, do that, you know, and that's what we're about. Having fun, man. It's like you say, it is toys. You know, break it down. It's TOYS. You know, toys are not. It's for fun. You know, I don't think I ever wanted a toy to complain about it because it broke. You know, if it broke, I return it. Give me my money back. You know,
facts.
Yeah.
But I think you guys definitely present more than just one of the other toys like the other Legion shows that are out there. No offense to those other shows. Just I think you guys set yourself apart because it's not a bunch of dick jokes. Like you guys actually are funny, and you guys are like presenting, you know, your views, and you guys present your guests. You guys are very guest forward, and I think that sells the product even better because you guys care about who you bring on, what you do, how you do it, and I respect the hell out of it. Again, we're not glazing you because I know somebody will clip this and be like, "Oh, they're glazing them." No, they're fucking good people, and they're good, and I like
Bro,
them.
that glazing shit. There's not even. That's all just to diminish people giving respect to other people. It's just such a dumb fucking take. You know what I mean?
Really
the whole
is.
glazing thing. Like if you're doing something good, you're doing something good, and we're just gonna give you the props you deserve.
Facts. End of the day. So
and that's straight up. That's facts too, because we don't have to have. These people could deny us. They could say, "Nah, man, you know, we don't want to be on the show," because they realize, you know, we're either, you know, trying to kiss, you know, with dick riding basically, and we don't do that. You know, we support it because we want, and if we don't like it, you know, we say, you know, okay, I might not get this because it really is not my interest.
Yeah,
so we're honest about it. You know, not everything is glorious. You know, sometimes
but you do have to be a special kind of asshole if you're going to go out of your way to complain about someone complimenting other people.
Like, right? That's for sure.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, you deserve a special place on that list. It's like
better uses of your time, dude. Like you know, go have a popsicle, man. Like, way more productive than what you're doing here.
Oh, I love that. So can we pull you can pull the slideshow down. So I want to not only thank you guys, I want to just have you guys take your time. Tell us where on the socials you are, where should they be watching you, and what is going to be your guest tomorrow, because I know you guys are on Sundays. So please, I'm going to shut my mic off. Sell your shit.
I guess I'll go. We actually don't have a guest tomorrow. It's just going to be us shooting the shit. I do have a little something planned for fun. A little mythic based. I've been watching a lot of animation lately, so I've thought like how fun it would be to like pick a wave of mythic legions and like what if we like voice casted this wave of figures, you know, and so we'll do that for some fun, and you know we'll talk about the new, you know, there's some stuff up for sale, and I'm sure Ed will have some questions for us to make us think deep into our hearts, you know, as to why we do what we do. Me, Collectible Fun on Instagram. I take pictures of stuff and, you know, watch his Sundays on the Latin Legion's YouTube channel. 3 p.m. West Coast time, which is the best coast. Just had to sneak that in there.
East Coast, the best coast, but we still love you, Matt. But Tony, I know where can we find you on IG? Because I know I follow you, but
On Instagram, I'm at Tony I forgot. Hold on a second. It's so long.
I can
At
find it.
20 Toy Box open today. At 20 Toy Box open today on Instagram. I post toy photos of from Mythic Legions to Mezco to Marvel Legends, all fun stuff.
Wrestling.
Wrestling, oh yeah, I belong. Shout out to Path the Collector, who hosts hashtag UC underscore Monday Night Mayhem, which does a phenomenal job with wrestling figures, as well as Vaz, hashtag Toy Fans, who also has the conglomerate of mismatch of anything toy related, and hashtag what is it? 4 Horsemen Fridays.
4 Horsemen
as well,
Fridays.
there's so many good ones out there. And you can find me as well as one of the hosts on Latin Legion's Action Figure Podcast on YouTube. And that's 6 p.m. Eastern for you guys on the East Coast. We usually have guests, but sometimes, it's summertime, it's particularly, so, sometimes Sunday's inconvenient for some people.
People on vacation.
Yeah.
So,
but it's always a good time because, like I said, there's either game involved or and a lot of toy talk and a good time. What you see here is what you get. Nothing too. What you see is what you get, and once you get it, you're like, oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Things just progress naturally, Al says something hilarious, then we got to clown on him for it, and then then someone else puts their foot in their mouth, and then it's their turn to get clowned on, and the chat pops off. It's just a good time.
And just jump in before we jump to Al. Another thing we do is we have hashtag Latin Legions, where we showcase creators' toy photography, customs, dio making.
Yeah, really, whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever thing.
Yeah,
and,
stop
it
motion
doesn't have
videos.
it doesn't have to be Mythic Legions related. It just
OnlyFans
use the
videos.
hashtag. Yeah.
We gotta get some cosplay honeys on there.
Anything creative, we said, so it can be anything.
That's true.
Yes. Yeah,
I mean, it is an art form.
it is.
It is.
The body is an art form. We can all
So I just gave you guys a follow. Just a heads up. I'm known on Instagram for being pretty controversial, but I do take photography. Like I do do toy photography. Yeah, we'll just leave that there.
Yeah, I'm aware of Tats the Toys viral videos, and guess what? I support you 100%, brother.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Check it out.
Oh, I love this. I know that's gonna be clipped. Like, oh, look, they support it. Yes, because friends actually do good things for each other.
Yep.
Say, clip that one too.
Yeah, it's all right.
We love it. We love it.
I say don't flip it. Go eat a fucking popsicle or something. There's literally
I'm gonna use that from now on. Go eat a fucking popsicle or something. Brighten up your fucking day, bitch.
Have some mac and cheese.
Firecracker pop. Those are like the best ice pops ever.
Which ones?
The firecracker, the cherry.
Oh yeah, my son loves those. There was in that bodega. There was a really good one. It was layered, right? It was like it came like in a cylinder, right? And you push it up.
The push pops, like, the push ones.
Yeah,
it had the gum in the bottom. That was hard as shit.
No gum, but it would like you finish the top layer. Say it's pineapple. Then it melts into blueberry, and then cherry, and it's like so good because it's dipped, right? With firecrackers, you have one little spot that's lemon, and then blueberry, and then cherry. Once that's done, it's done. But the other ones, and it's so hard to find those anymore. Those are really good.
I have to. Now that we're talking about this, I got to bring this up. Did y'all ever have in the bodega? When you were going to go get for 50 cents, I'll never forget this, Marinos. The Marinos little yellow ices.
Yes.
Where you get them, and they would tell you what
the
flavor was with the little wooden spoon.
You flip it,
you lick the top, bro, and then you would flip it to get the hard side on the bottom because it was all
crystallized syrup. Yep.
Oh my god, bro.
Those are so good.
you know, like as a New Yorker who's now living down south, I yearn to like have those. And there's nothing even there's like well, I shouldn't say nothing. There's one thing. They have these little lemon ice cups, and they're like by some other brand. They're
Yeah.
not nearly as
Yeah.
good because
I
the
find
other
the
ones we
coconut
had.
ones like that.
That's
Yeah,
it, yeah,
Our
like the
brand
Italian
ones.
ices.
Yeah.
Yeah, the grocery store.
And then we
Bro.
had the carts too with the cherry coco.
Oh God,
La
piragua.
piragua.
Piraguas.
So I'm saying, go have a snow cone. Don't clip the show. Go have a snow cone.
Speaking
Go
of
have a
Coca-Cola
snow cone.
bottles, the
So
guy
many
made his
things
own
to do.
cup and put in a Coca-Cola bottle with a dirty old
Go get
towel
an
of ice.
go get an elote cup. Like, you know, there's so many cooler things you could be doing with your time than like clipping the
Yup.
show for angry reasons.
No, it's honestly Cultura Pop. One thing that Tats and I both love is that this is all about getting the message out of the positive things in the community. And you guys in spades have made what was a crazy week for me and Tats and a lot of our other peoples. This just solidifies how awesome you guys are. And
It's
again,
been one.
it's literally this is one of the reasons we love this show, why we started this show, why Financial Mistakes is another great show to watch, why you guys are another great show to watch. And if you guys get off of here, go over to Oz at the Clubhouse. They're having some fun over there, and they talk about every damn thing. So, like, there's great people out there. Just got to know where to look. And y'all know to look for them Sundays at 6:30, or sorry, 6 p.m. Right?
6. Yeah,
6 p.m. 6 p.m. Eastern.
Eastern. Okay.
Yeah, 6
And
p.m.
look how that's another thing. We respect each other because we schedule each other around where we don't conflict. Like you just mentioned, like Oz comes out at a certain time. He's not going to show up at do a show during our time, or we do a show during his time. One of our friends shows is Shooting the Self, and we made it a priority to try to finish a few minutes before that because we know that the audience wants to jump over to that too. So we all work around the schedule, and you could have a great time like so many podcasts because everyone has them where it leads up to the next one. So you could have like a whole schedule on YouTube of watching shows if if you're really deep into the pop culture and toy collecting, which is a wonderful smart move and considerate by the channels. It's really so that's what I'm saying. Like you have that understanding, that friendship. They're not going to try to eat your views or your steal your
sharing the audience
subscribers. We share.
Yeah, it's a community at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's
my wife always jokes around me, says toy I used to say the toy community is the best community in the world, and she used to crack at me, but from my experience there's a lot more volatile communities out there than the one I'm involved in.
Agreed. I love this shit, even though we have the clowns that we have from time to time, but it's the love that you get in the community is so much broader than that hateful shit that it makes up for it 1,000,000%.
1,000, man. And I love it. Like you guys really do bring a very good vibe to the community.
Absolutely.
I love what you guys do. And I do not always get to catch you guys because I play Dungeons and Dragons, so y'all show's over when I get home. But I am a nerd. I'm a geek, sir. I have a sign to prove it. It's on the wall.
We also love the replay crew. So
I hashtag.
That's
replay.
when I catch it.
I put it in my car, so when I'm driving back from D&D, I watch you guys. So it's always I catch you on the way home. So
and I got a shout out. We're also on streaming audio only. We're on Heart iRadio. We're on Apple iTunes.
Nice,
guys. So go find them there too, guys. If you miss out there, catch them on there. If you're driving and you don't want to get in trouble, stream it on if you have the iHeartRadio app, or if you have Apple Podcasts, you can find them there.
Oh, we got Wholesome Toy Father. What's up, brother?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, that's the homie.
He definitely is.
Al's long pauses play even better in the audio form than they do in the visual.
It's longer in the streaming apps.
No, but see, I like him though because he's like TG. They have.
Al, did you plug your Instagram?
No, I haven't. You could find me mostly. That's what I do. That's my main social media interactions. IG I go by Alberto.magana.2, and I don't post a lot of stuff whenever I get time, but
But when he does post stuff, it's
Yeah.
fire.
yeah, it's nothing really interesting about me, but I'm just a regular guy. I don't know why so much fuzz about me. So
Because you're
just a
an
regular guy.
interesting dude, bro. That's what we
No,
want.
I'm just kidding.
How do you spell that one?
It's Alberto dot
I got him. I'm gonna share it.
Magana.2. Yeah.
Mangana.
And Magana.
It's
Magana.
Magana.
It's
The
Magana, but
Mangana.
it's
Yeah,
Yeah,
Magana,
we don't have
but
the
I don't have it
ñ.
with I don't have the ñ on it, so
There you go.
Yeah.
It's in the chat. So, folks, again, when you want to follow
No,
my
I got
friends,
you.
I put it
Yeah.
right in the chat for you, and it'll
But I
be.
do-
Hopefully, we can get it in the comments. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I try to post stuff the most, but it's like, full time. Actually, I was working. I got home a couple hours ago. So, yeah. I full time dad, full time husband, so it's
hope
tough.
You get it in when you can.
Part-time husband.
Yep. So yeah.
That's what my wife would say.
Yeah.
Bro, if I said that shit joking
Full-time-
around,
part-time side piece.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. You're making that up. That is not true. Not trying to blow up our spot.
No, my wife calls all of y'all. She's like, if he's cheating, it's over here with all his friends because it's Dave,
Yep.
it's Ty, it's Tony, it's everybody else because she knows like what the hell. So I'm like, I ain't got no time.
Also,
dice.
from us, we wanted to thank you for having us on the
thank
second
you.
episode, which is an
Thanks.
honor for us.
Your
We
first
really
guest?
appreciate that. And I'm sure I'm frozen because I'm making a whole bunch of hand gestures and I can't.
Yeah,
see
you
what's
are,
moved.
but it's all good though because like, we still love you.
You've been looking like a LinkedIn photo this whole time.
Yeah,
You're
it's like one of
frozen in
those.
a mugshot.
It's like this office. It's like it reminds me of COVID when I was teaching online, and it's like the kid would get locked up, so you just have them like this, or like so
Frozen and
stay like
shit.
that in frame.
I just
we
noticed that you
this is
pointed it
something
out.
different. This is definitely something different you got going on. Also representing, the Boricua community out there, which is fire. We need more shows like that as well. And representing, the people and beyond the people, representing our friends. I'm sure that this won't be the last that you see of us because we really had a great time with you guys. So
Yeah.
thank you for having
You
us
guys, we are always we're trying to schedule because I try to get things on the schedule, and it goes by me and it's got to go by Tats. So we have to try to pick the days. But we will try to bring you guys back, and we do homie appreciations for the channel as well. And you guys would definitely, if you are available, do that too. We would love to have you guys come on. We do another homie appreciation. You guys can sit just bullshit with us because that's literally it's this to the next level where it's no format. Just
everybody
just
talking
appreciate.
shit.
Exactly. We have a good.
That's a lot of fun. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. I watched like 2 of you guys' shows. Definitely a lot of fun. I like the vibe you guys got going. Very relaxed, and then all of a sudden a joke comes out of nowhere. So I definitely appreciate you guys.
We love it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
And we appreciate
so
you guys.
So for the live chat, bendiciones, mucho amor, y como, who's it? I forgot the guy. Walter Mercado.
Walter Mercado, yeah.
mucho.
Y con mucho amor.
There you go.
Oh, man. Pisces.
Bueno, nos vamos, mi gente, ¿verdad?
Sí, claro.
All right. Thanks, everybody that came through. We really appreciate y'all. Deuces.
Powered by Tats and Toys. Toy. Tats and Toys. Toy. Powered by Tats and Toys.